$3,000 or more in junk removal jobs disappears every month because a homeowner called someone else back first. That is not a pricing problem, and it is not a reputation problem. It is a response time problem, and right now it is quietly draining revenue out of your business without you ever knowing the job existed in the first place. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how the fastest junk removal companies win the job before their competitors even finish dialing the next number on the list, and exactly what it takes to make sure your business is the one that wins that race from now on, starting with why this problem is so easy to miss in the first place. Here is what actually happens on the homeowner's side of this. Someone has a garage full of junk, an estate to clear out, a rental turnover, or a renovation mess piling up in the driveway, and they want it gone today, not sometime next week. So they pull up Google or a home services app, and they call 3 or 4 companies back to back within a few minutes of each other. It is not really a quote request at that point. It is a race whether the homeowner realizes it or not. Whoever answers the phone or texts back first usually gets the job, almost regardless of price or reviews. If you have ever lost a job after giving what you thought was a solid quote, this is almost always the real reason why. The homeowner did not choose the cheapest option, and they did not choose the highest-rated company either. They chose the one who got back to them first. Drop a comment if you have ever found out a job went to someone else simply because they called back before you did, because that moment sticks with almost every owner in this industry. The frustrating part is that most junk removal owners are not losing these jobs because they are bad at the work or because their pricing is off. They are losing jobs because they are on a job site with a truck half full of debris, both hands occupied, and genuinely no safe way to answer a phone call in that moment. So the call rings out and goes to voicemail. Most homeowners in this situation do not even bother leaving a message. They just move straight to the next name on their list and call the next company instead. By the time you finish the job, wash your hands, and check your phone an hour later, the job is already booked with someone else, and you never even knew you were being considered for it in the first place. That invisible loss is the part that stings the most, because there is no rejection to learn from, no bad review to respond to, just silence and a truck that stays a little emptier than it should have been that week. Let's look at what this actually costs, using real industry numbers. Home service businesses miss an average of 27% of their incoming calls, per Invoca's call data. At a moderate 30 calls a week, that is roughly 8 unanswered calls. Phone leads here close at nearly 46% once someone connects, the highest rate of any lead source Invoca tracked, so even half of those missed calls converting is 2 to 3 real jobs a week gone. At an average ticket of around $250 per Angie's pricing data, that is $500 to $750 a week, or roughly $2,000 to $3,000 a month, lost to a phone that rang once too often before someone else picked up. Stay with me to the end of this video, because the fix for this is a lot simpler than most owners assume, and I am going to walk you through the exact system top-performing companies use to make sure they are always the first callback, not the third or fourth, and how little it actually takes to put that same system to work in your own business starting this week. So, what do the junk removal companies who never seem to lose this race actually do differently? It is not that they have a bigger crew, and it is not that someone is glued to a phone all day waiting for it to ring. What they have in place is a system that responds the second a call is missed, automatically, before the homeowner has even had time to set their own phone down. This is where artificial intelligence comes into the picture, and it is a lot less complicated to set up than most owners expect it to be. An AI-powered answering and follow-up system quietly picks up the slack the moment you physically cannot, texting the homeowner back within seconds of the missed call with a friendly message and a clear next step, so the homeowner never gets the chance to shrug and move on to whoever is next on their list, and your business ends up looking like the most responsive option in the entire area, without you lifting a finger while you are mid-job. Here is how this actually plays out in a real scenario. A homeowner calls your business, you are mid-job with your hands full and cannot pick up, and instead of that call going to a silent voicemail box that gets ignored, the system immediately fires off a text along these lines. Hey, sorry we missed your call. We haul junk same day. Want me to grab your address and get you a quick price right now? That single, fast message is often enough to keep the homeowner engaged long enough for you to call back for real once you are free. I put together a free breakdown that walks through exactly how to set this kind of system up for a junk removal business specifically. It is linked in the description below. Go grab it before you forget, since it walks through the exact wording and timing that has worked well for companies in this exact situation. The mechanics behind this are simple once you actually see them laid out. A missed call automatically triggers a text within seconds. No manual step required on your end, and nothing you have to remember to turn on before or after a job. That text asks one or two quick qualifying questions, like what needs to be hauled away and roughly how much of it there is sitting in that driveway or garage. The homeowner answers on their own schedule, at their own pace, without ever feeling rushed or pressured into a decision. By the time you actually call them back, you are not starting the conversation cold. You already know roughly what the job looks like, and the homeowner already feels like your company was the one that responded first, even though a real human has not spoken to them yet, which is exactly the impression that gets you the booking instead of a polite, "We already found someone." This matters more in junk removal specifically than in almost any other trade, because very few homeowners comparison shop the way they might for a kitchen remodel or a full roof replacement. There is no multi-week decision process, no sitting on 3 bids for a month. There is a pile of junk somebody wants gone, and a short window of maybe 10 or 15 minutes where they are actively deciding who to call. Whoever shows up first inside that window, even if it is just an automatic text message, is usually the one who ends up with the job, no matter how many other trucks are parked a few blocks away at that exact moment. The companies winning the most work in this space right now are not necessarily the best rated, and they are not always the cheapest either. They are simply the fastest to respond, every single time without fail, on jobs big and small, whether it is a single mattress or an entire estate cleanout. So, if you have ever wondered why a job disappeared after what felt like a genuinely solid conversation with a homeowner, it likely was not about your price, your reviews, or even the condition of your truck. It was about who called back first, plain and simple. Fixing that is not about working longer hours or hiring more people. It is about putting one simple system in place that responds before the homeowner even considers dialing the next name on their list. If this video helped you see exactly where you are losing jobs right now, do me a favor and tap that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more owners just like you. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to Missed Call Money, because I put out videos like this every single week to help home service businesses stop losing jobs to the one competitor who simply answered first. And there is a lot more coming that will help you tighten up the rest of your follow-up process too.